because you first loved me. I really love you, yes I do. I really love you. I really love you because you first loved me. I really love you, yes I do, yeah. I really love you.
Hello. Good morning. I am resetting this iPad. Hi, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, which is crazy, my name is Mac. My pronouns are she, they. I've been kind of hiding out online for a little over a year, but it's good to be back, and I'm honored to be singing today and doing the call to worship. If you are new here, welcome to Forefront Church. We are located in Brooklyn, New York, which is the land of the Lenape people, but we also have a really vibrant virtual community, and that is awesome. They're located all over the world. So, hey, virtual folks. We do take communion every service, so we'll have communion later today during service. And if you are at home, go ahead and grab something to eat and something to drink to set aside so that you can join us for communion. Anything that you want to use for that is totally fine. And other things. It's been a minute since I've said this little blurb. Some of the things that I love about this church, and if you want to start underscoring, you can, but I do have a couple things I want to say. Some of the things that I love about this church: we are LGBTQIA plus affirming, we are anti-racist, and gender equitable. So those are some of just a couple of the many reasons that I've loved this church for over 6 years now. And something specific that I want to mention is it is Disability Pride Month. And if you noticed, I did walk up here with a cane. I have it hanging on the chair behind me. But when I found this church, I was not yet disabled, and I was still in the closet. And this church is the reason that I was able to deconstruct the rules that I was raised with around religion, and I finally came out. It's where I met my partner. And over the years, I have worshiped here, I worked here, I stopped working here, and I simultaneously became disabled while I've been a part of this community. It's Disability Pride Month, like I said, and disability pride is a concept that is sometimes hard for me to grasp, and I think if you're not disabled, sometimes it's hard for you to grasp too. Like, why isn't it Disability Awareness Month? Why is it Disability Pride Month? And that definition has changed for me over the years. It ebbs and flows depending on what season I'm in. And right now, disability pride has been kind of hard for me to find. But when I challenge myself to think about what am I proud of, it is always coupled with something that is kind of sad. Being disabled, for me, has also meant spending a lot of time alone. I'm home alone a lot. And in the hard times, it can be kind of sad, and I don't want it to be lonely anymore. But when I think about those prideful moments, if it weren't for being disabled and being home alone more than I would necessarily choose, I wouldn't have learned to be with myself, learned to be with my thoughts, learned to just accept sitting with that. And what does that mean for me? What does that mean for my identity? What does that mean for my faith? And so I'm really proud of the confidence that I have found in those quiet moments, and in moments like this season that I'm in where it's kind of hard to find that feeling again. I keep thinking about this song. And this song has been playing over and over again in my head, like almost like a meditation. So when Angela asked me to sing, I brought back this song, which I've sang before, but it means something different for me now than it did a few years ago, and I'm hoping maybe it'll mean something for you as well, to think about, what do you find in the quiet? You liberate me from my own noise and my own chaos, from chains of a lesser law, you set me free. You liberate me from my own noise and my own chaos, from the chains of a lesser law, you set me free. In the silence of the heart, you speak. In the silence of the heart, you speak. And it is there that I will know you. You will know me. In the silence of the heart, you speak. You speak. The silence of the heart. Oh. The silence of the heart. You satisfy me till I am quiet and confident in the work of the Spirit. I cannot see. You satisfy me, yeah, till I am quiet and confident in the work of the Spirit. I cannot see. In the silence of the heart, you speak. In the silence of the heart, you speak. And it is there that I will know you. You will know me. In the silence of the heart, you speak. You speak. In the silence of the heart, you speak. You speak. In the silence of the heart. Oh. In the silence of the heart. Sing with me, forefront. In the silence of the heart. In the silence of the heart. Oh. In the silence of the heart. In the silence of the heart. Oh. It is there that I will know you. You will know me.
Morning. Good morning, forefront. I'm Kirsten, she, her pronouns, and this is an oldie, so if you know it, you know it, you know it. Sing along, please.
Lord of all creation, of water, earth, and sky, the heavens are your tabernacle. Glory to the Lord on high, God of wonders beyond a galaxy. You are holy, holy. The universe declares your majesty. You are holy, holy, Lord of heaven and earth. Lord of heaven and earth. Early in the morning, I will celebrate the light. When I stumble in the darkness, I will call your name by night. God of wonder beyond a galaxy, you are holy, holy. The universe declares your majesty. You are holy, holy, Lord of heaven and earth. Lord of heaven and earth. Hallelujah to the Lord of heaven and earth. Hallelujah to the Lord of heaven and earth. Hallelujah to the Lord of heaven and God of wonders beyond a galaxy, you are holy, holy. Precious Lord, reveal your heart to me. You are holy, holy. The universe declares your majesty. You are holy, 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 holy.
Good morning, forefront. So I'd like to remind everyone that you can put your prayer requests in the chat on our live broadcast, and if you would love prayer, that Kirsten will be in the corner of our prayer point, so feel free to reach out in prayer, okay? Okay, are you ready to sing and worship with me? Okay. Had a part of me missing, but said I was okay. I was searching for love, I was walking the wrong way. Never opened my eyes, I was blind to your grace. I gave up after losing the games that they all play. But you're breaking every rule I thought I knew. Now I have a hand to hold. Don't ever let me, ever let me, ever let you go. Don't ever let me, ever let you go. Don't ever let me, ever let me, ever let you go. Don't ever let me, ever let you go. I thought I was in something was out of the question. Then you came in my life and you gave me direction. You took all of my flaws and you made them a blessing. I thought loving myself, it was out of the question. But you're breaking every rule I thought I knew. Now I have a hand to hold. Don't ever let me, ever let me, ever let you go. Don't ever let me, ever let you go. Don't ever let me, ever let me, ever let you go. Don't ever let me, ever let you go. Hey, come on, sing with me. Don't ever let me, ever let me, ever let you go. Don't ever let me, ever let you go. Don't ever let me, ever let me, ever let you go. Don't ever let me, ever let you go. Don't ever let me, ever let me, ever let you go. Don't ever let me, ever let you go. Don't ever let me, ever let me, ever let you go. Don't ever let me, ever let you go. Let me let you go.
Happy Sunday, forefront. My name is Aramis, pronouns he, him, el, and I have the meet and greet question for the day, which is, what is one creative expression you would like to enjoy this summer? For me, I really dabble in a lot of creative stuff, but the thing that comes to mind is pottery. I love pottery. It's something I've always wanted to do. It's something I haven't had the chance to, so I'm definitely going to try to carve out some time in August for that. Take a moment to find someone you don't know, someone you haven't seen in a while, or go to the bathroom and ignore this whole thing, and just ask that question. Again, the question is, what is one creative expression? Let's go down to kid stuff. Let's go down to kid stuff. Let's go down to kid stuff to sing and dance. And Angela. Period. The question again is, what's one creative expression you would like to enjoy this summer? Go find somebody and chat.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. My name's Lauren. I'm on staff here, pronouns she, her. With that meet and greet question, if you are interested in creative outlets, make sure you know about that small group that Crystal's starting on Zoom. They'll be using the book, The Creative Artist, I believe. The Artist's Way. So if this is an interesting topic for you, make sure you get connected with that group. But I'm here to talk announcements with you. And the first one we've got is that the benefit concert registration, if you came last year, you know what's what. The benefit registration will open this week. We're fine-tuning all the things. We want to give you time to submit payment plans. We will have some space for some kids. So we'll be providing some kid stuff care. There'll be scholarship options. We're getting all the funds set. So we're getting everything rolling to give everyone time to make sure that they can make it out, because it was an event last year. You won't want to miss it. So yes, that'll be coming out this week. Check the newsletter. If you're not subscribed to the newsletter, get subscribed to the newsletter so you can get your first tickets. And then moving on, we've got a couple of summer outdoor activities at my house, actually. We're deep. Like, there's no reason to come to my house, except that's my pool. So if you're gonna come to my house in the summer. So we're hosting 2 church events. The first one will be a baptism/pool party. Potluck, we'll have some things, swimmies, floaties, drinksies, games, all the things. And then if you're interested in baptism or baby dedication, we'll be doing that in the pool as well. And you could connect with EC, and we'll have a registration for that coming up shortly. So that's the first one, August 9th. And then the second one, we've been doing this now for a few years, just the kids stuff, family pool party. All the games, the karaoke, the sing-alongs, all the things. So families, if you can make it out twice, great. But the kids stuff one is an awesome time for just the kids to really hang out and get together. And it's 12 to 3, but it's kind of 12 to whatever. And then there'll be, because like I said, we're far. It's like a bus to a train or a train to a bus. So we'll arrange carpools, Uber shares, and things like that for everyone. So that's August 23rd for the kids. And then we've got our newcomers dinner. There's lots of new faces, which is amazing. So if you've not had the chance to check out the newcomers dinners, it's a great way to, I'm not this outward person. So it's a great way to have a small group of people and just connect and ask some questions and find like-minded people, find ways to connect, learn a little bit more. So we've got 2 of those in person, August 12th and September 23rd. And then always we have a virtual option as well, because virtual fam, we don't forget about you. So sign up for any of those. And then finally, the retreat. Yes. The retreat was another event not to be missed, and the retreat committee is working on fine-tuning the event for this year and making it the best it can. So they have a quick survey. I'll move out of the way. If you can scan the QR code, and it'll be out in the newsletter, or was out in the newsletter, I believe, thanks to Wendy and Venida and our comm team. There are just a couple of quick questions about accommodations, travel, and all the things. So if you have time today or at any point to fill that out, that would be great. And here is one of our new LT members, Perry.
Introverts unite. Hi, everyone. I'm Perry, also known as the father of Ellis and Hudson, and the more introverted Lee of the Lee family. So that's my wife. And I'm here to talk about offering. Warning, I am going to be talking about money and numbers, so hold on to your seats. Spreadsheets and operations are what I do for a living, and I read the Bible with that lens. And there's a story of Jesus feeding 5,000 where Jesus looks at the crowds of hungry people and asks his disciples where they're going to buy bread for everyone. And Philip, a disciple, responds, and I quote John 6, "It would take more than half a year's wages to buy enough bread for everyone to have just a bite." And I feel the same way as the disciples when God says, "Do this." One of my first reactions is, we don't have that kind of money. And in the story, a boy offers 5 small barley loaves, 2 small fish, and it's a small offering. And the disciples say, "But how far will that go among so many?" Jesus sat everyone down, took the loaves, took the fish, gave thanks, and miraculously distributed food to the crowd so that everyone had as much as they wanted. And the story shows God taking what seems to be a small offering and multiplying to take care of the many. I'm going to ask the AV team now to put up the slide with the numbers. Stay with me. These are the numbers. These numbers are an average week for the month of June. There's the budget, the actual, and beneath it is the deficit. And we've been taking funds out of our church's savings to cover the expenses of the church. And my reaction sometimes is the same as yours probably, is the same as the disciples, which is it would take more than half a year's wages to buy enough for bread for everyone to have a bite. The budget number is what it takes to run the church. It pays for the space, the coffee, the bagels, the wages for our staff, the events, the retreat, the equipment, website domain hosting, the van, general insurance, you name it, our little sanctuary takes effort and resources to keep going. Seeing the numbers, my wife and I still give in faith because we also see the things that God is doing through our little sanctuary, and we hope that God might take our little offering and see it multiplied, that our church might continue to use it to host small groups, that people can find belonging in having kids stuff, so our children can know that God is not ashamed of them, and a care team that seeks to provide for our congregation in ways both big and small, in meal trains for new parents in times when even the simple act of sleep can be a struggle. Shout out to parents. In a community that strives to be anti-racist, affirming of our queer siblings, fully inclusive, just, and generous expression of the Christian faith. So, going back to our offering slide, on the slide behind me are the ways you can give online and via Venmo as the baskets are passed around. I ask you to consider 2 things. One, is God calling you to contribute, to share with this community in ways big or small? And 2, if this is a time where giving seems impossible, please pray with us. Pray that our humble offerings will be multiplied beyond our wildest dreams. Thank you.
Hello. My name is Adele. Yes, hi. I'm doing the liturgy today. Oh, Adele, pronoun she, her. I'm doing the liturgy. So I'm going to read the stuff on top, and then you guys, we all will read the thing highlighted. And shout out Salima Atoka, who wrote this liturgy for us today. Okay, let's do it. Dear Creator, the bodies of our siblings in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Palestine, Sudan, Ukraine, and Haiti are exhausted from centuries of war, conflict, and exploitation. May their bodies know rest in this lifetime. We acknowledge that our siblings, also created in God's image, deserve a good life. Their lives are not less valuable because of their nationality, race, or ethnicity. May their bodies know joy, peace, and healing in this lifetime. We recognize that our siblings have been dehumanized and we've been made to be indifferent to their cries of pain and suffering. Their bodies are good. We stand in solidarity with communities affected by these conflicts and join their fight for justice, human rights, and peace. May our collective action contribute to our collective liberation. Amen. And now we have a brief clip from a video produced by our very own Lumi about Forefront's trans voices.
I'm rolling on the Oh, it's happening. It's happening.
Hi, my name is Lumi, or Lumiere, depending on how I introduce myself. I use they, them pronouns. I identify as non-binary or transmasculine. And I don't think there's enough voices out there for people that are trans and that also love God.
I don't think that anything happens to me. I think that everything happens for me. I was put in this body to go through this journey in order to become myself, like God did this for me.
My sense of God and spirituality and religion and my gender both felt like an intuition you had to follow. And there are many ways I can like dissect it, interrogate it, pick it apart, poke holes in it, but it feels like the right thing.
My relationship with God is ever changing. I do have a lot of fear around rejection. People like just seeing me and rejecting me for being different, but I know that God loves me, which is why I'm still here. My name is Daniel. I go by he, him, his. I identify as a transgender or transsexual male. And with my faith, I think it's mostly just having a relationship with God. My grandmother had me in the church probably since the day that I was born. Every Sunday, church bus would come. I don't think we missed a Sunday for years. When I first started testosterone, I had a lot of fears, had a lot of questions because of the things that I believed. And I felt like I was deviating from a path that was set for me. I started having like chest pains every night, and I couldn't sleep because I thought, okay, God wants to kill me. He wants me to die. And I mean, this is like a weekend. Definitely a lot of reluctance to transition because of what I've been told about God. But it just felt like something that I needed to do, and I was kind of tired of being uncomfortable in my body. And I think that God is attempting to build me up as a man of God, and I'm learning how to like walk in that authority. I feel like I'm trying to rediscover God and kind of like dismantle like a lot of those negative beliefs that I have or associations. So I'm just like in a stage of like learning and relearning. I felt happier, and I feel like, you know, if the God that I serve is real, then that's the only life that he would ever want for me, which is being happy and being content in my skin. When it comes to being a part of the community within Forefront, I feel like I don't have to suppress who I am. I see myself everywhere. You know, I hear of me. I hear of, you know, my lived experiences. Just people sharing and not being afraid to display who they are. And that makes me feel, you know, a little bit more comfortable to be prideful about who I am. So I feel like I've definitely found community at Forefront.
Good day, Forefront. It's good to see everyone. I'm Reverend Venida. My pronouns are she, her, hers. Is Lumi here? Yeah. Lumi, stand up, please. Stand up. Okay. Thank you. That clip was fire, all right? And let's be clear, it was only a clip, right? The full documentary will be coming out soon. And we are thrilled to be able to bring visibility to our church in this way. So thank you to Lumi and all the other Forefronters who participated. The best is yet to come, right? So thank you so much. So today is a special day, and we're welcoming everyone to our first, hopefully of many, summer reading panels, all right? And this is another episode of what we like to call Worship Reimagined. I feel like I'm getting some feedback on my mic. So this is where our stories meet spirit and creativity, and where we can develop a pathway to transformation through thinking about reading. Many of us fell in love with reading through summer reading challenges. Can anyone relate? All right, and through that love, we've discovered that reading is more than a pastime. It's a pilgrimage. And I also want to acknowledge that having time to read is a privilege, and not everyone has the freedom or opportunity to access it. Amen? So we are sharing a list of resources today with our virtual community. It includes free activities for the whole family, and then we'll also have this same list in next week's newsletter, where we tend to have all the resources after the sermon. forefrontnyc.com/email if you're not getting the newsletter. All right, so we'll also include contact information for each of our gifted panelists, who I'm about to introduce. Shout out to Brooklyn-based Taylor & Company Bookstore, who's with us today with copies of our authors' books. So today we honor each of their journeys as they invite us to explore how reading, writing, and storytelling can be an invitation to listen with open hearts, to read with intention, and to allow words to till the soil of our spirits, planting seeds of grace, courage, and sacred curiosity. So I will share highlights from each of our authors, and then we'll move to the questions. So let's be clear that all of their bios are quite extensive. Today I'll be sharing some highlights. So I'd like to start with Forefront's own Naima Coster. Naima is a New York Times bestselling author of 2 novels and a recipient of the National Book Foundation's 5 Under 35 honor. Her most recent novel, What's Mine and Yours, was a Read with Jenna Today Show book club pick. It was a Book of the Month club pick, a statewide read for One Maryland, One Book, and longlisted for the Mark Twain American Voice in Literature Award. Naima's first novel, Halsey Street, right here, was named, sounds familiar, right? Halsey Street. All right, Brooklynites, all right, okay. Halsey Street was named a must-read by People, Essence, Bitch Media, Well-Read Black Girl, The Skim, and the Brooklyn Public Library. In 2018, Naima was named New Author of the Year by Go On Girl Book Club, the largest national book club for Black women. Welcome, Naima. Next up, it's my pleasure to welcome to Forefront Anna Gilchrist. So, welcome. Anna started writing at the age of 10 and would later be drawn to global advocacy for children's rights and the human rights treaty known as the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. This was while completing her graduate studies at Swansea University in Wales. She is a voice actor and enjoys singing as a member of the soul-stirring Resistance Revival Chorus. She is the author and illustrator of The Extraordinary Day of Daffodil Gray, right here, and The Colorful Parade, and the I Know My Rights coloring book. She also runs an independent publishing company called Sandfish Publishing. Thank you. Welcome again, Anna. We have another versatile guest in the person of Diane Richards, who has had twin loves from an early age, singing and writing. She worked at radio stations in Milwaukee and Chicago and then moved to New York, where she studied with Howlett Smith, the legendary Broadway music director, and also had the privilege of singing backup for Whitney Houston. Diane is the executive director of the Harlem Writers Guild, of which I'm a part, the oldest continuously operating African-American writers guild in the world. Diane is the author of Ella, a novel published by HarperCollins last year. Welcome to Forefront, Diana. Diane. And last but certainly not least, we have Forefront's own Dr. Mark Shrime. Mark is an author, public speaker, coach, a decision scientist, and a surgeon who works to bring surgical care to the world's forgotten poor. He was featured in the National Geographic documentary about mercy ships, and he delivered a TEDx talk entitled Putting Path Over Purpose for a TEDx event at Boston College on the theme Solve for Why. Mark published his first book, Solving for Why, A Surgeon's Journey to discover the transformative power of purpose with 12 books, an imprint of Hatchet. Welcome to the stage, Mark. So the first thing I'd like to be able to talk about today is faith as creative soil. So my question to you is, are there ways that either your faith or moments of spiritual questioning have served as fertile ground for your storytelling? And I'm wondering, with that, if there's a scene or character where this intersection came alive. Who'd like to start? Okay, Anna, go ahead. Oh, just because you look, you could pull the mic up.
Oh, sure. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay.
You can hold it.
Hold the mic. Okay, great. Yes, so for me, just going after just writing a children's book was something that definitely is spiritual. Being someone that works with children and believes in supporting children and advocating for their rights. The reason I even started writing in the first place, this particular series, which I call the Daffy and Friends series, is because I discovered that here in the United States, we do not officially recognize children's rights as written in this document, the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. We are the only member state in the world that has not officially ratified this document. So it was really important for me to go and say, okay, we need to bring this out into the world, not only for our children, but for the nation. We need to understand why this is important, why this is significant, and why it's sustainable. Because right now we do have a crisis when it comes to children's rights in this nation, and it's not just something that's happening now as a result of what's happening in politics, but it's been happening for a while. So when it came to writing this story, it was about God's love. Simple as that. My second book, Daffodil Gray and the Colorful Parade, I specifically wanted to focus on that. And there's actually a scene in the story, in the climax, where the protagonist, Daffodil, she actually tells the antagonists, which are two troublesome twins that tried to stop the parade, and she tells them, let's surround these boys with love. And that's a direct quote. So I definitely believe that was the fertile ground that I wanted to bring into the story about children from all different backgrounds, cultures, races, colors, languages, religions. We're all made in God's image. And so, yeah, that's where that really came from. Yeah. Thank you.
Naima, did you? Oh, Naima, then Diane.
Hi, everyone. My first book, Halsey Street, I think was born out of wrestling with this question, which is, what does it mean to be an artist? Specifically, what does it mean to choose being an artist, to choose creative practice as a woman of color, as someone who did not come from money, as someone who had a lot of educational opportunity that my parents certainly thought meant I should do some other thing. And so the protagonist, Penelope, she is not me, but we share a lot of the same concerns and anxieties about art and art making. She returns to her neighborhood of Bed-Stuy, which is gentrified and now full of artists, or understood to be full of artists that she feels alienated from. And the book walks through her journey to coming back into her creativity, particularly as someone who came from a home of emotional neglect and loss, is also facing this prospect of making art when she feels small. Like, what does it mean to find the courage and the confidence to make art when you are not well loved? Was something I was interested in. And then the writing of the book presented me with these awesome opportunities to write about Penelope painting. She's a visual artist. And in writing her scenes of painting, I would think I was writing scenes of spiritual encounter where she meets herself, like meets some of the deepest parts of herself. And in writing them, I was able to do that for myself. And I don't know if I answered my questions, but I certainly affirmed something for myself in the writing. So I hope that other people found affirmation in it, but I know I certainly did. So.
Thank you. Diane?
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with you.
Happy to have you.
Well, Ella, a novel, is historical fiction about Ella Fitzgerald. Many people are not, the younger people may not know about Ella Fitzgerald. She sang with Louis Armstrong. So, first of all, to undertake writing about Ella Fitzgerald, this iconic lady of song, huge jazz artist, singer, I had to have faith somewhere that I could undertake it. But I was struck by Ella's faith during the Depression. She was an orphan. It was during the Depression, and she lost her mother. There was racism rampant in the 1920s, 30s. People were losing their mind, losing their homes, losing everything. And yet this woman found something, which I believe is faith, to become the first lady of song, to become nationally known and loved. So I believe that her faith was based in a higher power, in God, in something other than herself, in something other than the hatred, the racism, the depression, the lack of hope. That was a dismal time. So nothing but faith could have taken her through that.
Yeah. Thank you, Diane. Mark.
Yeah, when you sent the email on Monday or Tuesday with these questions, I read that one and I was like, ooh, that's a hard one. And I'm gonna try to answer it. So Solving for Why is on one level, on sort of the main level, it's a half memoir, half story of working in global health, which is what my career has been in, specifically working on hospital ships, bringing surgery to almost exclusively West African countries. So there's that story in there, and there's that story of like, as a clinician, that's not really a traditional path. How do you choose that? But it became also, I was writing this book without having really had to put words to what was going on in my own deconstruction, and the coming sort of face to face with the human impact of historical exclusivist theology and what that did historically. And that was a wrestle for me to try to, it was not set out to be a faith book, but that struggle was there in the writing of that. Yeah, I'll stop there because I think you have some more questions in that area.
Yeah, no, thank you. You can actually pick up with our next question, right? And it deals with transformation through the page, right? So some people believe writing often changes the writer first, right? Like I can definitely relate to this in my sermon writing process. And then the question is, can you speak to any personal transformation, right, that you experienced while crafting your story? Were there ways that you shifted your understanding of healing or grace or purpose or belonging?
Yeah, no, yes is the short answer. So one of my very first drafts of the book, and I know you all have had the same experience, you send your first draft to some readers and they send it back and it's terrible. One of my readers said, this is soulless. I need to see more of you in it. And there's a quote, I think it's by Hemingway, that says, if there are no tears in the author, there will be no tears in the reader. And so, right, so I dug in. And so part of this was part of it was writing out for me for the first time. Okay, now I don't believe this anymore, but what do I believe? How can I start to express that? I said last time I was on the stage, I grew up Catholic, and one of the things that I love about Catholicism is the sacramental approach, that the physical things of this world are mediators of grace. So how does that impact historical injuries, and how do we actually create means of grace in the physical today?
Thank you. Yeah. Naima, you want to pick up?
I was listening so carefully. I relate to the first draft, or sometimes the second or the third, revealing ways that I need to grow or change. Like even in novel writing, I'm working on my third book, and it's a book about two lifelong best friends who move to the same city when they're both pregnant, so that they can raise their daughters together. And the notes that I got back from my editor revealed some of the holes in the draft, which are also some of like the holes in my thinking and my versions of things. Like one of the notes my editor had was like, why are these women friends? Like they have so much resentment and difficulty communicating, and that was not what I intended to write. I wanted that to be there, but I also wanted the love to come through. And she was like, what is the love besides something that they assert they feel for each other? Like, how does it show up? What holds them together besides their history? And I couldn't just say, love holds them together. I had to really think through, well, what is that? Like, what does it mean to them? What makes them feel loved? I had to come up with sort of like a better version. And I find that often leads to transformation for me. I think that one of my gifts is writing messy characters, and in some ways I think writing messy characters is easier than dealing with the messiness of oneself or real people. So I excel at it on the page, but in doing that, I think it helps me practice having more grace, for others and for myself.
Thank you. Diane, you want to pick up transformation through the page, and then Anna?
Okay. Well, I'll just be a little intimate with you. I start my day, I wake up grumpy. I don't know how many people wake up grumpy, but I do, until I have my first coffee. Then I go and I do prayer and meditation to get me centered. I have to. I cannot go anywhere. So I ask for God's will around a lot of things, and writing is one of them. But somehow I've been blessed with this confidence beyond myself in my ability to write. I'm a voice writer. So I've been able to put myself, and I think it's because I'm an empath, I've been able to put myself in people's shoes, and to feel people. I could never work in a hospital because I would definitely become ill. Because I feel that deeply. So the transformation that I have is my characters come to me, and then I become the character. And then my character goes on. After being traditionally published, it was a pursuit for many, many years. I realized, and also after my first New York Times review on a play that I wrote, I was transformed and stopped questioning my purpose in life. You know how you say you believe in God and you pray to God and you do as many good things as you can, but still you're human and you doubt? So constantly I'm being transformed by seeking that connection with God, whether it's writing a book, whether it's not arguing with my husband, whether it's like getting along with people. So I'm constantly in a state of transformation.
Amen.
If I'm not growing.
Yes, okay. Thank you so much. Anna.
Well, when I first started writing, I was a struggling grad student. When I started writing my series, when I decided to take on a children's book, and I make sure that you can hear me. I wanted to, make it right, but I also had something that was just kind of pouring into me. Because I was actually in the middle of writing my dissertation, studying in the UK. When you get your master's, you do a dissertation, and then PhD, you do a thesis. So I was working on that, but something kept happening. A story kept coming in, and I was like, okay, I guess God wants me to write this. So while working on my dissertation, and I guess, I totally understand about being an empath, sometimes those things just happen and you just kind of have to tap in, you have to listen to it. I was writing the story and it was just coming through me, and I really wanted to, once I finished and I graduated, I was like, okay, this needs to come out. So I was finding different ways, going the traditional publishing path just wasn't something I could do. And so I said, you know what, why not go the self-publishing route? So decided to go self-publishing and got a great response from many people. It was especially in the UK, because that's where I started, and let people know because I was there. And was able to get my book into bookstores there and got a great response. And so when I came back to the States, I said, okay, this is something that I want to continue. I didn't realize what my transformation is or what my purpose was until after, which was, to be honest, it kind of came to me through my mother, who actually her death anniversary is this Tuesday, so she is coming through me right now. But she said that Daffy reminded her of me as a little girl. And I know, right? But when that happened, I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about? And then I really read the story and I thought about it. I was like, wow, it's a little girl that I left behind, or at least I thought I did. And so that's when I was like, okay, I really need to continue doing this. There's a reason why I'm writing this story, why I'm learning about children's rights, why I'm doing this. There's a story behind it. So I think it's obvious now, it's more apparent than ever, that my purpose is to help other kids. And I had to reach into my own inner child. Whoa, I didn't think I would get emotional here.
Yeah.
But I had to, I had to reach into my own inner child to do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And blessings to you on your mom's death anniversary. Yeah, so that really touched me. So, yeah, emotions are welcome here. It's a good thing. Why don't we stay with you, right, for the next question, because we're going to deal with characters as prophets, and you just mentioned your character.
Yeah.
All right. So sometimes fictional characters say the things our spirits need to hear. Was there a moment in your writing when a character, fiction or nonfiction, surprised you with inside conviction or divine clarity? So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Since we're there. Yeah, so like I mentioned, my mother brought it up that it was an inner child, or that it was me that my protagonist reminded her of. And so obviously that made me realize that, oh, this inner child needs to come out. This inner child that I left behind. And Daffy, if some of you get a chance to read about her, she's a very brave little girl. She helps a friend who is clearly not very happy because she's being bullied on the playground for my first book, The Extraordinary Day of Daffodil Gray. And so she confronts this bully on the playground and lets him know that he's not the boss of the playground.
Hey.
Everyone can play on this playground, whether you like it or not. And so, don't want to give it away, but there's a way she shows him in a non-aggressive, diplomatic way. And he eventually learns and takes accountability and is apologetic. And looking back, I'm like, this is something that as a little girl I would have done. Even though I was an introvert, I was always the one to go after the child that I saw was not making a friend, the outcast, right? The child that was maybe not clothed well, or was overweight, or something that made them less attractive to other kids for some reason, or they were outcasts for some reason. I was always the child to go to them and be like, hi, I'll be your friend. So, yeah, it just brought that out of me, and it made me realize, oh, okay, I need to bring that again. I need to remember her. I need to be that brave child again, as an adult, as a grown woman. You know, be that brave person to help other children and help other adults understand how we can actually be responsible for our kids, protect our children, respect their rights, without being I won't say selfish, but considering it a threat to our own rights as parents, as educators, as therapists, as doctors, because that's also something that's happening. And I do talk about that because unfortunately it's a misunderstanding, and it's part of the reason why we struggle with children's rights in this country. So that's all with that. I don't want to get in too deep, but thank you.
No, that was great. Diane or Naima for that? Characters as prophets.
Character as prophet. That's interesting because Ella could possibly be a prophet to me. Because, you know, seriously, I had a singing career that I shut down. And, you know, when I started this book, I didn't realize that when I was interviewed back, I'm a 1980s diva. You guys might think, somebody put me up on YouTube some years ago, put that one little album that I did, right? And I mean, I left Milwaukee with my ass on fire. I was like, I want to sing. If I don't sing, I'm gonna die, right? So, and I mean it. I had to sing. So, when they interviewed me with my one and only album, they said, who is your idol? And I you know, I was always studying Diana Ross because I wanted to be Diana Ross with the hair and all that. And I said Ella Fitzgerald. I said Ella Fitzgerald. So when I started writing this book, Ella said, "You're gonna sing again. You're gonna sing again." And I think I am gonna sing again.
Yeah.
Once that fear is removed. How many people know who Ella Fitzgerald is here? Okay, so why don't I sing a little thing?
Okay,
you gotta sing. You gotta sing
Come
with
on,
me,
Diane.
though. You gotta sing with me. Yeah, it's not gonna be long.
That's okay.
It's gonna be her scatting. Okay, she scatted with a group of jazz singers, blues singers. I can't remember the name, but I can sing the song. Now, you got to go with me once I start. So that's how she'll be a prophet to me, to answer. You know, to get me, I got a voice, come on.
Yeah.
So, boo, 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 boo-be-doo-be-doo, da. You got to clap your hands. Boo, boo, boo-be-doo-be-doo, da. Boo, doo, doo, doo-be-doo-be-doo, da. Beep-ba. Oh, Oh, God, that's how she's a prophet. Thank you.
So fun, so fun. Before we move to the last question, Naima, would you like to address that?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Characters as prophets. I was thinking about this question, and it surprised me what I found in thinking about it. My second book, What's Mine and Yours, is a book about two families that intersect when their children meet in an integrating high school in the early 2000s in North Carolina, and they're both families that have been visited by tragedy. In one family, the father is killed. In another, the father is incarcerated. And then we follow the children into adolescence and then adulthood. And it's really a book about how they try to remake their lives and continue to have hope and build families of their own. And I was working on it when I was pregnant with my daughter. I did the first draft while I was pregnant with her, and then I did the final draft during the first year of her life. And it was also a time when I was going through an estrangement from my family of origin. And so I was writing this book about characters trying to build their own families, discover what they are going to no longer love, not who, but what they're no longer going to love. And it was really important for me because it felt like for many years in my life, I didn't know like what the Bible and the teachings of church, like what instruction they were giving me that made sense for my life. I came from an abusive home situation, and I think for many years I just thought about like mercy. How can I increase mercy? Like how can I increase my patience? How can I endure? How can I, have a heart for how others, my parents, are suffering? And I don't think that that was wrong, but it was certainly incomplete. And then through writing the book and through spiritual community, I was able to ask other questions like, how does one protect one's spirit? Like, where else can we find love? How do we build love? How do we hold grace for others while also honoring ourselves? I'm hopeful that if I had been at forefront during that time, I would have found spiritual community in church that guided me through that. But at that time, it felt like there was a big disconnect between what I needed in my life and what I understood from the Bible's teachings, and then good friends who were people of faith, and then the writing, the characters, helped me find a way forward. So it was a kind of a life-saving practice to have the writing to wade through those questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we're going to wrap thinking about the topic, sacred disruption. So each of your works disrupts comfort zones, and of course, that's what we like to do here at Forefront. So whether through identity, memory, or imagination, how do you view disruption as a spiritual catalyst? And then what message do you hope readers carry with them after closing the final page? Mark, would you like to start?
Sure, yeah. I have a couple of examples in my head. Let me do this one. So I went into medicine for all the wrong reasons. I went into medicine because I'm the firstborn son of an immigrant family. So, yeah. Doctor, lawyer, or failure. So, the doctor route. But medicine is it's a comfortable life. That is fundamentally what it is. It's also never what I wanted to do. And my first experience on the hospital ships after 15 years of training, I got onto these hospital ships, and I was in Liberia at that point, got onto the ships, saw a bunch of patients with the particular disease that I treat, kind of in various stages of recovery, and very much a road to Damascus epiphany moment of oh, this is what I've been training for 15 years to do, and I didn't know that. Genuine disruption, absolutely. I hate the word life-changing when people use it, except I'm going to use it because it literally changed the direction of my life. The other disruptive thing that I've been thinking about is, for me, is these ships are evangelical ships. They're run by an evangelical organization. with all of its pros and its cons. But what's interesting to me is that you see on these ships the breadth of Christianity, the breadth of all the way from the cons that we all think about to the people for whom their faith is literally why they have left their families for 40 years and devoted their lives to helping bring surgical care to places that doesn't have it. So it's just, it's easy for me. I'm a surgeon. I like things that are in boxes. It's easy for me to categorize and instead to just sort of disrupt those categories and see the breadth, the big tent of the Christian church has been really good.
Thank you. Thank you for that reminder. Big tent. Yeah. Diane, you want to go?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go right there. I think Ella, a novel, says, how dare you think that a black woman, a woman of color, someone that does not fit your stereotype of what success should look like, try to keep us back.
Yes, yes.
How dare you? And right now, that needs to be stated, and it's disruptive of what is happening now.
Yes.
So that's the disruption. The pre-existing ideas in our heads of the limits that we should have based on who we are defined outside of ourselves. Other people defining who we are. And I'm so glad I'm at this church today.
Amen.
I didn't know y'all was all about that.
Anna, you want to pick up?
Yes. I didn't write or start writing children's books to be disruptive at first. At first, it was just to like, okay, well, this is something, people in America should know about. I've had the privilege to be able to be educated about this and be immersed in this. And when I say immersed, literally I was working in schools in Wales where they literally teach children their rights in the curriculum. So this was something that I had experienced in a way that I said, hey, this is something we could bring to the States, possibly, right? I realized that it was a bit more disruptive than I thought. And being that I was, and still am, but now, Daffy, she's been the prophet. She's bringing out the brave girl in me. I used to be considered like non-confrontational. I'm a Libra. We like to keep the peace. So I was trying to bring that. I was like, just look at this. And then I started to own the inner child and say, no, this is not right. We need to discuss this. We need to honor this. This is disruptive. This is what it is. This is something that needs to be discussed, and we need to talk about it more and more and more. And I'm really glad that I've had that opportunity to do that this came through the way it did and has transformed in a way that I didn't expect it to. For me, it was just writing a book. I didn't expect to take it any further. And I think that's important when you're able to look into yourself and see that you can cause discomfort, because discomfort isn't a bad thing, right? It's growth. And if we're growing, then we're transforming, we're becoming better. And I think we, as a people, as a country, for our children, for their future, can become better. So I honor this disruption. I'm going to be a little confrontational if I have to be.
Yeah. Naima, you want to close us out? Final words.
I think when I started writing, it was in part because I was really interested in disrupting narratives that I didn't hear being disrupted often enough, and I wanted to get in there. Like with the first book, Halsey Street, I was so frustrated by the conversations I heard around gentrification, like people saying like, well, things change, and if you live in New York long enough, you'll lose everything you love, and just like these sort of, I mean, I heard these things. Maybe you've heard them too. I have a friend who told me she went on a first date with a real estate agent who described Bushwick as a blank canvas. So like, so I wanted to write a book that could be like, well, what is it really like to be displaced? Penelope's dad owns a record store in the neighborhood that's closed, like to really disrupt those narratives for the length of a whole novel. But I think that I wanted to like leave a record and participate in the conversation, but over time, this book came out 7 years ago, I think my thinking about it has shifted some, informed by other writers. There's this writer, Caitlin Greenidge, who's wonderful. She's a novelist, she's a nonfiction writer, and after the most recent election, she wrote a piece about writing not to convince people. This is for Harper's Bazaar. She writes about not wanting to convince people necessarily, but writing because you know the truth, and affirming the truth for yourself and anyone else who might be listening. This essay was really affirming for me, and so I think about my work as disrupting, not necessarily because through my prose I will change someone's mind, like maybe, but more likely that I can affirm a truth for myself and like for someone else. And that's been some of the most powerful responses to my work that I've gotten, not people saying like, now I think gentrification is a problem. There's been a little bit of that, but like it's been more often like, this is what happened to my neighborhood. Like this is a Brooklyn that I knew, and that's been really powerful too.
Can we give it up, please, for Mark, Diane, Anna, and Naima? Thank you. Another round of applause for these incredible, incredible authors. I'm just so grateful for this opportunity to have been inspired and lifted and really, really deeply moved and touched by their words, by their perspectives, and certainly by their stories. At this time, we're moving into communion. If you're joining us online, we invite you to gather your elements, whatever you have to represent the body and blood of Jesus. It's all fine. It all honors God. Here at the Roulette, we have small chalices with gluten-free wafers, and we have alcohol-free juice. Our table is open to all people from all backgrounds, from all identities, and you are welcome to come. At this time, please hold your chalices, hold your elements online, and we'll receive together. God bless you. Oh.
As the deep panteth for the water, so my soul
Thank you. I have so much joy in my heart because I'm thinking about my story. Part of my story is connected to my mother, and this is her favorite song. But I would think about the fact that Jesus said, as often as we receive, we do this in remembrance of him. So I would encourage us today to think about all of the stories that are in this room. Think about your challenges, your ups, your downs, everything that you've experienced, some things you may not even want to reveal. Please know that all of these things make you who you are, but then you can give everything that you have up to God and know that God loves all of you in all of your authenticity. God loves all of you. So as we receive today, think about your stories and know that you continue to be the beloved of God. Let's eat and drink together.
Lift up those that are grieving, to lift up those that are ill, that are caring for loved ones who are ill, to lift up this broken country, to lift those that feel unseen, to lift up those who feel unsafe, and to rejoice with those that find hope and joy, that use their gifts and their talents to share knowledge, to share love. It conquers every doubt, every fear, every challenge. And God, we thank you for the strength you give us all. When the thing that we feared most happens, you are right there. We thank you for being in this room right now, God. Mend our hearts. Answer our prayers. We lift up Shelby who's preparing for surgery right now, God. Be her doctor. Be her surgeon, God, in the name of Jesus. Let her know that you're going to be in that room with her. And we thank you in advance for the testimony she's going to have. God, we lift up those who are looking for jobs right now, God. You are Jehovah Jireh, our provider. And we ask that you continue to provide for those that are struggling right now. God, we lift up our trans siblings. Let them know your love and feel your love. And protect them, God. Because if you are for us, who can be against us? Make us instruments of your peace, God. You alone can help. You alone can heal, yeah. Have mercy. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee. Venida, you got me. You got me. Well, you know, we like to end with some hope. We like to end with some joy. We like to end with a nice backbeat and some bass. This is a song that we've sung before. Will you rise with us and sing with us? You know, it's all about perspective, right? I remember my mom talking about when she was a child, like growing up on a sharecropper farm, right? And like she just described her childhood, and all we ever saw was that cotton field that she lived, that was outside her door. And I remember once going there. I went there a lot as a child to visit in Alabama, but then we went when my daughter was a little toddler, and we went and we were out in the cotton field, and I was just thinking about the Old Man River, singing dirges and everything else. And then I happened to look up, and there was this beautiful view of the mountains that had always been there. And I asked my mom, why didn't you tell me about these mountains, this beautiful resort view? And she said, I never looked up. All of her life she lived there, and it wasn't until through her granddaughter's eyes, her child's eyes, that we saw this beautiful mountain. Nothing had changed. She looked up. And so right now you might be stuck in that cotton field, just seen inundated with all these negative things that are going on. And I encourage you to look up, because there is beauty. There is hope. There are people that are risking their lives to help. There are people that are offering their services and goods. There are people that are doing what God intends with this world. So let's look up and see those people. Ignore the orange noise. He will pass. But this love that's in this room, the love that God has for us, is never ending. So we want to encourage you. Look up, y'all. Come on, Florence.
Sometimes your life feels like a broken roller coaster, bonds and uses moving parts. Sometimes you spend your nights too scared of getting closer, hiding out in the backseat of your car. You tell yourself it's raining, the clouds are in your head. You tell yourself it's better to jump before you fall again, before you lose it all again.
Look up. Do you see the sunlight? Look up. The clouds are in your head. Hold on. You tell yourself somebody loves you. You know trouble's always gonna be there. Don't let it bring you to your knees. Look up and read the lyrics that are right in front of you.
Mondays aren't always bright. Some days you lose the fight. Life can be beautiful if you let it be. Tomorrow keeps taunting you with all kinds of mystery. It's a blank page for your poetry, so you let it be. So don't tell yourself it's raining. The clouds are in your head. You tell yourself it's better to jump before you fall again and before you lose it all again. Look up. Do you see the sunlight? Look up. There's flowers in your head. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. You know trouble's always gonna be there. Don't let it bring you to your knees. Look up. Look up. Hold on. Look up. Sometimes your life is like a broken roller coaster, 1,000 useless moving parts. Look up. Do you see the sunlight? Look up. There's flowers in your head. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. You know trouble's always gonna be there. Don't let it bring you to your knees. Yeah, look up. Yeah, 'cause trouble's always gonna be there. Look up. Don't let it bring you to your knees. Look up.
Amen. Thank you so much, worship team. Thank you to all of our visitors. Thank you to you, and you for joining us today for our summer reading panel for Worship Reimagined. It's not over. So, if you are joining us online, we encourage you to stay for Kinship Cafe, which will be virtual and led by Deacon Foxy. If you have a little bit of time, today's our extended Sunday, and you'd like to join us in Kinship Cafe here at the Roulette, we're going to be meeting downstairs. The authors will be here to chat with you, to sign your books. Taylor & Co. is selling books in the lobby. Please join our panelists today and let them know how much you enjoyed them. So they'll be set up here, and Yeah, we have to 1:30. So peace and blessings to each of you. Remember to share your stories and bring life and light to others along the way. God bless you.